すべての鐘は鳴り響いた。フェイト、グランドオーダー、コスモス・イン・ザ・ロストベルト、妖精円卓領域、アバロン・ルフェ。巡礼の旅の終わり、冬の玉座は誰の手に。
Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Let's Play Fate Grand Order. We are in... I'm not going to say the climax. We're approaching the climax of the Avalon Lostbelt. We are going to ray shift because of course we can. But we're, I guess, going to ray shift to the time of creation. So are we going to go back in time and kill him while he's, like, new? Like, is that our plan? I kind of like that plan. Well, let's go see. I'm so curious. This is exciting. This is exciting! Oh, this story has been so good so far. I also hate fairies now. So much. Now then, I believe greetings are in order. Good day, Chaldeans. I'm the amazing Merlin the Great. I've actually been free for some time now, ever since Morgan was killed and her garden disappeared. Sorry for getting here so late. I needed some extra time to get everything ready. I guess I'm Foo. Foo-foo! Is that you, Kath Peleg? No fair staying behind in Kalia without me. I'm sorry, Merlin, that was Senpai's Foo impression. Is that a thing in Kalia now? Who said that could be a thing? Oops, I'm sorry about that. Still a little shaky. I'm not exaggerating when I say this feels like a waking dream for me. You see, I'm not actually there with you. What you're seeing right now is an illusion. That also means I can only hear your voices. I can't see what you or Mash look like right now, Tanner. So I'm afraid our joyful reunion will have to wait a little longer. But don't worry, I'll get to see your grown-up faces in just a few hours. I'll be waiting for you at the entrance to Avalon, making sure I look nice and respectable. Merlin? You're Merlin? That's me. Is that the Child of Prophecy speaking? Sorry to surprise you like this. I know we have a lot to catch up on, but I'm afraid our private conversation will have to wait until things are somewhat less, intense. Let's see, I believe Mr. Gordolf is Caldia's current commander, yes? Is he there now, too?
Yes, I am. This is Gordolf Music speaking, so you're Merlin, are you? I wouldn't bother asking why you're just showing up now. You're right that we have more pressing matters than you barging in. What I want to know is what you meant when you said there's still hope.
Nice. You pack a lot of bluster into that voice. It seems you're pretty much the exact opposite of the prior acting commander. Romani. But I digress. When I said there's still hope, I meant there's still a way to stop this collapse. Let me cut to the chase. I'd like you to send the Fairy of Paradise back here right away. Artoria, you've been hearing Avalon calling to you ever since you finished ringing the bells, right? It's time for you to fulfill your duty as the Fairy of Paradise. Once you have, it'll be possible to erase this singularity and defeat Sir Nunos. There's a way to fix this hopeless situation somewhere in Paradise. But I'm not qualified to... Qualifications, schmalifications. None of that matters. Sir Nunos' curse will weaken once the Fairy of Paradise who rang the bells of pilgrimage returns to Paradise. Won't get rid of it entirely, but I'll stop it from getting stronger. The god of wisdom who pawned this power off me confirmed as much. He might be from a different mythology, but he knows what he's talking about here. Isn't that right, Ambrosius? Ambrosius? My job is to get Artoria to Paradise by hook or by crook. Ambrosius. Is that a insult, or... What is that? Ambrosius. Ambrosius Aurelianus was a war leader of the Romano-British who won an important battle against the Anglo-Saxons in the 5th century. He appeared independently in the Legends of the Britons. Eventually, he was transformed by Geoffrey of Monmouth into the uncle of King Arthur, the brother of Arthur's father, Uther Pendragon. As a ruler who precedes and predecesses them both, he appears as a young prophet who meets the tyrant Vortigern. In this guise, he was later transformed into Merlin. Interesting. That is the... Oh, I guess that's another title for him. I never knew about that. As long as she's rung the bells of pilgrimage, it doesn't matter if she's still alive. Oh. Right, of course. I should have known that's how this would go. Artoria, why aren't you upset with him? So I've actually kind of known about it all along. I could see that's why Grimir was here this whole time, too. That's expressly for the worst-case scenario, Grimir. We're nowhere near that point now. He's in the best possible condition right now. Can't see it, but I can sense it. I have no doubt that the Fairy of Paradise, the Avalon La Fée... That's it! That's the title! We got a title drop! Well, I think it's been said before, actually. The Avalon La Fée will fulfill her duty of her own volition, even if someone convinces her this is ridiculous, and we should all just give up and enjoy the time we have left. Besides, we'll have no choice but to come to Avalon. There's a spirit cavern that leads to the planet's inner sea from the corpse of Albion, the border dragon that sank into the dark bog. Now that Britain has begun to collapse, that path should be open again. All you need to do is go spelunking for 1 hour. That said, we're still talking about the largest holy ground in the magecraft world. It won't let just anybody in. But it should open for Tanner as a representative of humanity, Mash as a Knight of the Round Table, the Fairy of Paradise, and, well, I guess there's room for her tenant Mermas as well. And the rest of you will have to wait there until they get back. So we're not actually rate shifting? Okay, I thought that's what we would do. Well, Godolph, what would you have us do?
What else could we possibly do? Captain, set a course for the Dark Bog at once. That was in the Lake District, right? Do you know the coordinates, Tickler Advisor?
Sure do. That part won't be a problem. But apparently, the ones who can enter this, spirit cavern are the 4 Merlin specified. That's not a lot of fighters for a trip as potentially as dangerous as this, and that's not even mentioning how much I wanted to see this for myself. But luckily we don't have any other choice but to send them off and trust things will work out. You ready to go, Tanner? Yeah, but, you all right, Artoria? I think I'll be fine. Besides, I'd just end up fighting with Grimir if I said no. You know, thinking about it some more, I'm actually kind of excited. This base will be my first time visiting home. Understood. I'll update our strategy to include Merlin's instructions. Tanner, Mash, Artoria, and Senji Muramasa. You 4 will make your way through the Spirit Cavern and head for the planet's inner sea, the paradise of Avalon. The Stormboarder will remain on station above the Lake District. Captain Nemo and Da Vinci will focus on piloting the border. If anything should try to attack us, Grimir and I will fend them off. Wait. Please. This is all new and unfamiliar to me, so I doubt it'll be of much help. But Britain is my home. It's only right I should take part in any battles we may face. Absolutely not. If anything, you should be resting right now. You're in no shape to be fighting anymore, right? Your only job now is to get the treatment you need and recuperate until you're back to your old self. That's an order from the Child of Prophecy. Got it? Even think about defying me on this, I'll completely abandon my duties. Is that clear? Yes, Child of Prophecy. I'll follow your orders. I have to say, though, never thought I'd see the day you got seriously mad at me. You've always been one to keep your feelings in check and not make a fuss. True, Artoria's great at pretending to be a model student. You think? I thought I've always been pretty open and forthcoming with my feelings personally. Sure, whenever you're just turning your brain off and doing something stupid. The rest of the time, you pretend to be a big old nervous Nelly. What do you mean? I've never done anything stupid. What's a nervous Nelly anyway, Muramasa? It's old man talk. Well, these two are so cute together. They're so cute. Well, that's it? Okay. Some hot chocolate. Hot chocolate for the nice, hot, burning everything. Interesting. I have an idea who we might be fighting. You know, who's the Lancer who's still around? I have an idea. Like we discussed earlier, we'll be standing by in the Stormboarder and Lake District airspace. We expect the operation to take about 3 hours. That's all the time the ship... No. Britain has left. We have no way of knowing what will happen in the Spirit Cavern. So please try to be as careful as you possibly can, Tanner. Got it. Entering the spirit cavern inside Albion now. What is a spirit cavern? Is it just a special cave? That felt different from the water mirror that sent me to the past in Norwich. Does this mean we're inside Albion's spirit cavern now? Can we still contact Caldia? No, we can't. We're cut off now, just as Da Vinci predicted. Gathering coordinate data now. 10, 20, 40, 80... 80? Master, you're not going to believe this, but it looks like we're 80 kilometers below ground. Oh, it's just a warp zone. Cool. Okay. We're 80 kilometers below ground now. Damn, that's even deeper than the pit. A lot deeper. Are we even sure this is underground? Oh, interesting. That's how far it is to the planet's inner sea? 80 kilometers in? It's completely pitch dark, and it doesn't even feel like I'm standing on anything. You're not wrong. This whole world is a whole other layer, another dimension, to put it simply. You were just able to bypass all the ground in the way thanks to Albion. But be warned that it goes much deeper. In proper human history, the 80-kilometer mark is where Albion gave up the ghost. But in this Lostbelt, Albion managed to make a route all the way to Avalon. Unfortunately, the path wasn't wide enough for Albion to get through, so they still died on the surface. You mean there's a spirit cavern like this in proper human history, too? That's interesting. That's right, over there it's known as the Spiritual Tomb. Oh! That's interesting. In proper human history, the Spiritual Tomb of Albion ends at the 80-kilometer mark. Beyond that is the world known as the Fairy Realm, which no human can enter. But since the British Lostbelt is all this world's fairy realm, there are no such restrictions here, so we can keep going down as far as we like. In real-world distance, you're starting at the 4-kilometer mark beyond, and going further down to the Beyond D layer. That's so cool. 2,700 kilometers away. That's where you'll find your destination, the planet's inner sea. Wait, so we're 80... Yeah, he's like, whoa, wait, hold up. So we're 80 kilometers below ground now, and our destination's 2,700 kilometers below ground. How the hell can we cover that kind of distance? Simple. You take a shortcut. When I said it'd take an hour, I wasn't basing that on how fast you travel. I meant that's how long it'd take. Period. I'll use a series of transit time reduction spells to bring you all to your destination. Anyway, this must be pretty dull for you. How about we turn on the lights? Sure. What are we looking at? Oh, yeah, that's a cave. Yeah, if someone told me that's a cave. Whoa! It's a cave now. You okay there, Merlin? What? I'm not gonna give you the voice. Don't worry, I won't give you the voice, but, what you doing? So, what do you think? Doesn't this feel more like a cavern? Now, go on, keep moving. The transit time reduction I mentioned is kicking in with every step you take. This place is Earth's memory. Well, like a space made of pure information, really. The idea is to skip past all the vague, hazy memories and get you straight to your destination. That should be a huge help, but, is that Merlin? The third time she's asked. They're finally showing us what you really look like. Huh? Is something wrong? Oh, I see. Struck dumb by my true glory. I get it. Very well, then, heap your praise upon me. You can even worship me if you like, Murmasa. Wait, what? It's been a long time since I've shown up, after all. I need to leave as strong an impression as possible, given the short time I have. I'm not going to be the one to tell him this is hilarious. Good point, we probably shouldn't pry too deeply into this. More importantly, Senpai, that mural over there. Yeah, it was called the Abyssal Worm. Oh, are you seeing the priestess's memories projected there? Perfect. It'll take the hour you'll be traveling to tell you how this all began. This is the story of the British Lostbelt's genesis and of what precisely the Fairy of Paradise's mission entails. I'm guessing it's a glitch that he looks like Fu, as in a glitch on his end, not a glitch in the game, obviously. That, or it's going to be like if this is the Lostbelt version of Merlin, which I don't think it is. because he recognizes them. But is Merlin just a whole separate entity? I don't know. I'm not even going to guess. That's fine. I'm just going to let it go. It became ocean at the end. There was ocean at the beginning. After the shooting star passed. After it passed. That could mean two different things. The land all ran into rivers. Long, long ago, as far back as time can go, 6 fairies went outside to see the world had become an ocean. This is awful, they thought, how terrible our world has become. Then a large shadow rose up from the ocean. It belonged to a giant, fluffy creature. On its shoulders stood one of the animals the fairies believed was gone. Again, gotta be human. The 6 fairies and the gods soon became friends. It wasn't easy living on the ocean. There was nowhere to go and nothing to do. But the god made things better for the 6 fairies by sheltering them from the waves. The ocean without waves is nice, but we still miss having land. So the 6 fairies offered the god their joy, and they offered the god their wish. They offered the god himself. And so the fairies' wish was granted. Then, after the rejoicing ended, they tricked the god into drinking poisoned wine, and he died. That's new. It's always poison. It's always poison. And so the fairies acquired the god's body. They made the body into land on which they could live. They were grateful, too, to be able to make use of the crying, screaming animal the dead god left behind. She was their only human, but one simply wasn't enough. So being very careful not to kill her, they cut her to pieces. They cast a spell on her to make sure she wouldn't die no matter what they did, and used every last piece of her. Thus did the Isle of Britain come into being. Thus did the great mistake begin. They basically chopped up all humans from one. Great. Horrible. May the first 6 fairies find salvation. May the first 6 fairies be cursed for all time. Oh boy, yeah, same. There you have it. You may have heard it before, but that's the story of Britain's creation. Any questions? That's not how I remember it. Indeed, the first 6 fairies, the progenitor of the 6 clans, killed Cernunnos. The pit you saw on the surface is Cernunnos' grave, and the curse spilling out of it, even as we speak, is his rage. But why would the fairies do such a thing? He was in their way. This all happened 14,000 years ago. When the 6 fairies came out from paradise and onto the surface, Earth was already covered in a sea of nothingness. The one who ended up helping the 6 fairies was a Celtic beast god who had come up to the surface just like they had. A god who would later come to be known as Cernunnos. Cernunnos and his priestess, the lone human who had managed to survive just like the fairies had, both did their best to protect the fairies. I think I have an idea on who that priestess is going to be now. We've definitely heard of a certain character who, no matter what happens, she doesn't die. You know? But that's interesting if that's the case. At first the fairies were grateful for their help. But the Sea of Nothingness never changed. No matter how much time passed, no land appeared. The fairies blamed Cernunnos for that. They thought he just wasn't strong enough. What's more, they didn't particularly like his priestess. She was constantly telling them to sort themselves out and consider the consequences of their actions. Wait, never mind, it might be someone else. Eventually the fairies couldn't take it anymore, and decided to deal with Cernunnos permanently. They figured since they didn't have any land to stand on, they could find a substitute. And since Cernunnos was so big, they thought his body could serve just fine as a small island. But of course Cernunnos was a god. They couldn't kill him so easily, so they came up with a plan and held a festival. They told Cernunnos they were holding the festival in his honor to worship him, and held a banquet with lots of wine. Cernunnos was delighted that it was being celebrated for the fairies' first official god. He probably figured they were trying to change their thoughtless ways, and so, against his priestess's wishes, Cernunnos attended the banquet and was poisoned to death when he drank their wine. Some rejoicing that turned out to be. What about the priestess? What happened to her? The fairies used her as the foundation. No, well, the base ingredient for the humans that came later. The truth is, every human in the British Lostbelt is an inferior copy of the priestess who was killed during Britain's genesis. At any rate, as an A-ray, the 6 fairies went on to create their own stone and forest children and grow their clans. The time passed, they transformed more and more of Cernunnos' body into land. But after 100 years, things stopped going quite so well for the fairies. Their children kept dying, turning into fallen trees adrift on the sea. New generations kept being born, so the number of fairies never decreased. And thanks to the humans who'd been copied from the priestess's cells, Britain slowly developed into a civilization. With civilization came new societal rules. The fairies made new types of fairies, and their forests flourished like never before. But they also kept dying for no reason whatsoever. Eventually, the 6 progenitor fairies realized Cernunnos' rage was the cause. Even though Cernunnos' soul was gone, his body wasn't completely dead. In fact, his heart alone still burned with the fire that used to cremate him. Even in his death, Cernunnos' body continued to smolder with anger and curses. He could very well have come back to life at any time. The fairies were so shocked by this that they fled Cernunnos' body. Fortunately, this was right around the time their children's corpses were starting to form new ground. That's a horrible sentence, by the way. That's just a sentence that if someone heard out of context, like just walked by my room, they'd say, "What the frick are you? Oh my god." And fairy corpses are essentially made from the same stuff as the planet itself. The fallen trees became earth and stone and quickly filled the sea, almost as if they were trying to cover up the fairies' sins. That's how this Lostbelt began. That's why this idol of Britain uses fairy corpses to grow and expand. After several thousand years, the fairies had acquired their very own Britain. But all the while, Cernunnos' body was still there. A divine grave that would let no ocean-filling fallen tree near it. An indelible reminder of the fairies' sin. A reminder that rejected their corpses. Eventually, the fallen trees blocked off the ocean's water for good, and Cernunnos' body was left at the bottom of the sea. That is the true nature of the pit. Not actually a pit, it's the remains of a patch of dried-up ocean. An island made by killing a god. The fairies' original sin. It wasn't just Cernunnos they killed, but the priest who served him as well. No, she wasn't just killed. She was desecrated and used as a tool for all these 14,000 years. No wonder Cernunnos is so pissed. Doubt even killing every fairy in Britain would be enough to satisfy him. Although, why'd he come to the surface anyway? Isn't it kind of narrow-minded to curse the whole damn world just because he got killed? Especially after you went out of your way to get involved with the fairies? That's probably because Cernunnos was an envoy of paradise sent to reprimand the fairies. That's the whole reason he came here, to punish them. I don't think his heart was in it, though. Like this mural shows, Cernunnos was a very kind god by nature, but the fairies might have found him terrifying simply because he existed. Does that mean the reason the world became a sea of nothingness is... That's right, that's the point where this Lostbelt diverged from proper human history, and its greatest mistake. You see, 14,000 years ago was the greatest turning point for all of humanity. Maybe you heard something about the planetary envoy that almost destroyed Earth's past ancient civilization back in Olympus, or in my Let's Play of Fate Extella, by the way. Oh boy, we're actually getting into Sephar. Yes, we did. It was a white civilization-destroying giant named Sephar, who fell from a shooting star. Sephar wiped out countless pantheons and almost destroyed every civilization on Earth. In the end, it was humans who managed to defeat it, not gods. I heard they did so using divine constructs, weapons made in the planet's inner sea meant to combat planetary threats. I also heard that the sacred sword Excalibur was the greatest such weapon, and that it was created in Britain. That's right. I just realized nobody here's ever mentioned it. The very idea of a sacred sword just doesn't exist in this version of Britain. So that must mean... Well, they have Erendite and Galatine, though, right? Those have to be fake. They were just borrowing their names from the round table of proper human history. Besides, Bargus Galatine was their horn, and Lucine's Erendite was just crystallized magical energy. So yeah, it's pretty clear that no sacred sword was ever made in this Britain. That's right, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you what happened as a result. In this what-if world, humanity never had the means to defeat Sephar. That's why they were wiped out. Zephyr destroyed all the planet's landmasses and took them for itself, leaving only a sea of nothingness with a few aquatic life forms. So why was the sacred sword never made? The answer for that is both exceedingly simple and unsurprising. Its creators slacked off. The A-Ray, that is, the 6 fairies who were supposed to forge it in the planet's inner sea, decided it'd be okay to take a day off just this once, and went to have fun. No frickin' way. It's because they took a day off? That's why we diverged? That's ridiculous. It was only once they noticed that something had gone wrong with the world and went up to the surface that they realized the consequences of their choices. But they figured there was no changing the past and refused to accept that the world's destruction was their fault. So Cernunnos, the god who had taken shelter in paradise to keep his priestess safe, was sent to reprimand them and make them atone for their sins. But then the fairies killed Cernunnos and his priestess, the last surviving human. At that point, they could no longer return to the planet's inner sea. Only those free of sin may pass, meaning only fairies without sin can go to paradise. It's the same for all of Britain's fairies, as we're all descended from those original 6. None of them can enter the planet's inner sea, and so they continue to suffer on that island of sin to atone. So a single lapse of judgment ended the world. That's right, it all started with the sacred sword never being made. Eventually, fairies chosen from the planet's inner sea were sent to the surface to correct this mistake. The first one was Vivienne, and the second one was you, Caster. Vivienne, Lady of the Lake, aka Morgan. Your mission is to have the 6 clans admit to their mistake and inherit the mystic needed to create the sacred sword. The bells of pilgrimage indicate that the clan's heads have accepted their sins, and the fairy who rings all of them becomes the sacred sword itself. Oh! She's gonna become Excalibur. But as Morgan, Vivienne refused to do that. After all, once the sacred sword was made, the very premise on which this Lostbelt is built would cease to be. I'm sure you learned about this yourself when you rang the bell in Orkney, Caster. And in spite of that, you continued on your path, defeated Morgan, and, well, now you're here with Tanner. You must have had to face down so many doubts to come this far. In fact, you may never be entirely free of them. But even so, you're still here, which is why I believe you have what it takes to see this through to the end. Anyway, I know that was a lot of talking, but hey, we're almost at our destination now. The convictions of the last dragon are waiting up ahead to see if you are all qualified to proceed. Only those free of sin may pass. That sin doesn't refer to the original sin you're born with, or the sins you've committed in your life thus far. It refers to what you're about to do, and what your hearts are resolved to do now. It's your reason for living, your principle for existence and prosperity. The way to the land of hope will only open for those who demonstrate true strength in these regards. That was such a final boss hallway. It's gone. Everything on the surface is gone. The sky, the sea, life. Everything I've ever seen. My records will never again grow in number. I will never again know new joys. You who would choose the sacred sword's wielder. You who would chant the king's name. If you seek a new world, then leave all traces of the old behind. My name is Albion. Yep, I'm the last dragon, the one who chose to continue flying above the ground instead of returning to the inner sea. If you can overcome these tears, I will offer my heart to the Forger of Stars. Cool. Cool, you're just gonna be... Are you gonna be a dragon, or are you just gonna be a Melusine? Really? Really? That's interesting. Well, I have a plan. My plan is... I'm going to do... Where are you? Why is it bond level? Oh, that kills me. Well, if it's going to be a dragon, you don't do anti-dragon damage, right? I don't think so. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. But who does is... You do. You're a dragon slayer. You will deal extra dragon damage, right? Oh, but your skills aren't leveled up. Right? Dragon slayer for 3 turns defense against dragon. Special attack dragon. That's a lot, actually. You know what? I might dragon you up. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Because I feel like him being anti-dragon, this is his time. We can make you big strong. Right? We're going to give you stars. And you can get Buster, right? These two for support. You'll help out. I feel like that makes sense. And we'll go... Let's see here. My lights keep flashing. It's a good thing I'm on a laptop, so I don't have to worry about the power going out. Except for my monitor turning off. And if it does, it's fine. I can just stop recording. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Because who better to use than the Dragon Slayer, right? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Oh! Oh, that's an alternate outfit. Okay. Red Dragon. Hey, isn't Red Dragon the name of Nasu's, thing? Also... What song is this? Why is this familiar? Is this a Stay Night song? It sounds mad familiar. Is this just an I can't tell if this is just an early game song or if this is actually a Stay Night one, right? I think... No. This is a Stay Night song. Oh, man. That's cool, that's cool. So... what do you have? Raise attack or critical for yourself when attacked. Okay, so we just need to do stuff. Let's go with... You know what? Let's go. A little bit of that. We'll give you some of that. I don't have enough to give you yours, but that should be fine. We're gonna do... Yeah, it's fine. Because we don't have a full combo with you anyways. Let's go... ooh, but I would kind of like a full combo. Nah, it's fine. We'll just get going here. Do as much damage as possible. Right? Let's go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll get your healing started after that. That looked like a big number. That was a pretty big number, all things considered. Alright. You're gonna be full? Nope. Okay. You're out, but you're super defensed up, so I'm not worried. Let's give some stars. Let's give that up to you. Let's give that to you. If you can get a crit, that's going to be really nice. Right? So let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's get that 40% crit. Dang. Okay. Cool, he said Dragon Buster. That's a cool phrase, dude. You hit 6? No, you're actively avoiding him, which isn't great for us, all things considered. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Get the healing rolling, and then at the same time try and get, you know, a triple thing with Artoria later if we need that. Nice, big meter gains. Okay. Thank you. Good. I'm gonna hold it off on using that because I feel like he's not going to do it per se right away. So let's do this. Get you as much meter as possible. So if we can get a triple combo, that's gonna be real nice. Can you hit him? Hit him once, please. Thank you. There is a... Oh, my lights are going out. there is lots of lights turning off. It's a good thing I'm on my laptop. Oh, is that hail? Oh, it's a mega storm. Give me a moment. I'm gonna stop recording because you're gonna hear that. Okay. All right, we're back. The storm has passed, at least for now. And it gave me time to look up what this song is, because I was going nuts. So this is the Fuyuki map theme. When you're on the Fuyuki Singularity map, this is what plays. Which is a remix of the title screen from Fate Stay Night. That's where I remembered this. And you might be like, bro, it's the Fuyuki map theme. How do you forget? Bro, it's been 500 parts since I've been in Fuyuki. Calm down. Nice. I'm happy that that's in here though. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Right? We'll clear ourselves. We'll do some stuff. All that stuff. I knew this was a Fate Stay Night song though. It sounded way too nostalgic for me. So nostalgic for me. All right. Big damage. That was decent. That was decent. The constantly buffing your defense is not great. We got 300% on you now. We're not getting 5s, but that's fine. All right. This is gonna be. Let's see. Is this unique? It does have a slightly different design, yeah? Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Okay. Good. So you're hurting a bit, but that's fine. What we're gonna do is let's focus on just do some of this. Nice, okay. She's hurting a bit, but her healing should be fine. Yeah. Oh, and we got Charisma of Hope, which is good because now we got that. I don't actually need to use yours. I don't. So I won't. Instead, let's just do... Wish I could do a full, like, Dragon Slayer combo with you, but I really... Or do I just do... I think I'm going to just do a full combo with you. The next turn, because it's only going to last one more turn, right? Yeah, so let's at least use that, and let's go with this, and the next turn we'll go all in with it. Nice, there we go. Okay. Ooh, don't kill her. Hit anyone else, please. Thank you. There we go. So, let's hold off on using this per se. Let's just go 1, 2, 3. There we go. Should also clear our burns, which will be nice, because those are a little annoying. God Into the Night is such a good song. I'm happy they're using it here, because I'm going to be honest, I'd never stay on the Fuyuki map long enough to hear it in full, to get to the parts where I really like it. I mean, I guess it was kind of true of the title screen of Fate Stay Night to begin with. Very rarely would you listen to it fully and get the theme, right? So, I'm happy we're able to listen to it here. And it makes sense, because if we're fighting the Red Dragon, we're literally fighting what's inside of, like, this is basically inside of what's inside Artoria normally, right? So, no full combo. That's a bit cringe. Should we buff him up to do a super? Let's use these, yeah. at least use those up, and let's go. Let's go. Just in case, let's try and get them all a little bit extra meter. Okay. Didn't she have 5 before? Am I crazy, or did she reduce her cooldown permanently? Am I crazy, or did that happen? I don't actually know. You know what? I'm actually going to. No, she has break invincible. So yeah, we're gonna have to do this anyway. So let's just go. Oh, but we're gonna like waste it. That kind of sucks. Oh well. Let's do this. Yeah. To make sure that we don't get through it, you know. We'll do it over and over. Even if it means, unfortunately, we will only get, I think, one hit of it left with the 2. He'll have more, but... because otherwise she'll just ignore invincible. That was big numbers. Only a little bit left. We only need a little bit more. Like, if I can get one full combo with him with a buster and, like, a bunch of stars, we're good. Yeah. So she's gonna get rid of the... yeah, this is gonna make her get rid of it, but that's fine. It is a good dragon design. It's like solid. No, it didn't go down. Okay. Yeah, she's getting hurt, but that's fine. So we do have that. That's good. Okay. Should I use this? Because you two lost it. I'm gonna use this just now. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hopefully we don't get too many defense ups. That's an attack up. That's okay. That's fine.
Nice! That's what we wanted.
Yes! That was exactly what I wanted from that. Perfect ending. Man was like, I'm the dragon slayer. I'm here to slay a dragon. Ah, I can hear the bells tolling. My heart may have stopped, but yours yet beats strong. Welcome home, Avalon LaFay. May the sound of hope echo into the future. Is that light from outside? Well, that's right. That's the entrance to the planet's inner sea. This is the land of the young, Tirnanog, the eternal spring. This is the place many life forms have dreamed of finding. Welcome to Avalon, whose time has come. This is where the journey of the planet's birth ends. Wow. Oh. You're gonna count that as a victory, right? You're gonna count. You're gonna count that as a victory, right? Please, please. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh, don't give me that nursery rhyme Mother Goose stuff. Come on, please. Please don't be rude. Please say, hey, I see you finished the battle. Right? 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 You're gonna pop up a bunch of items because that's the end of the node, right? Oh, thank God. Slightly worried. Slightly worried. That thunderstorm did mental damage to me. Whoa! Yo, we even got music. Back to school. What is this theme? This is a remix of something. It's a good song. It's a really good song, The Land of Hope, Avalon. Oh, that's a long one. I think I'm gonna do part of it. If that's a really long one. Not that I like to kind of cut it like that, but that last one was really short, and I want to get started on this. You know? It's a good song. I really dig it. Okay. Yeah, let's at least get started. This is going to be a long one, methinks. So, it's called The Moment a Planet is Born, so we're kind of getting into it. Let's at least get started. I'll at least do maybe one or two, and we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I think the first one I recorded was how long? 35 minutes. Yeah, we need a bit more time. So this is Avalon, the planet's inner sea. This is where proper human history's King Arthur is said to have gone after he died. Oh, the wind, the atmosphere, everything's so warm and peaceful. Right? There's no such thing as evil in paradise. Then why are you here? Oh, that's right, you're only morally evil, not, alignment evil. It's a separate world that neither influences nor is influenced by the surface, no matter how apocalyptic things may be up there. All there is here is hope. This place is a workshop that weaves together all possibilities to lead this planet, and you guys, to a happy ending. That being said, these are still only the remnants of Avalon, a shadow being projected into the British Lostbelt. The tower imprisoning me isn't here. There isn't much mana in the air, and there's no lake where fairies gather. The only thing here is the site of selection. The forge where the 6 fairies were supposed to create the sacred sword. Are we gonna have Muramasa make Excalibur? Shut up. No, that'd be really cool. The site of selection. Is that anything like the stone that contained the Sword of Selection in the Legend of King Arthur? The one that Arthur found when he was still a squire being raised to Sir Ector's adopted child. The one where he pulled the Sword of Selection from to demonstrate that he was destined to be king. That's right, it basically signifies the same thing, and my job is to guide you all there. There, see that altar up on top of the hill? That's your destination. It's only a stone's throw away, but you need to pass through a few, checkpoints of sorts to reach it. Think of them as Avalon's defense mechanism. One final test to make sure everything's in order. Everything the Fairy Paradise has done to date will appear there as obstacles to be overcome. As in from the day she was born up until now? That's right. You'll be going over a scrapbook of her life, so to speak, and making sure there are no loose ends. It'll be a little journey in its own right, one that starts with a cold, unforgiving winter, and ends with a warm, fun spring. Based on how things have gone before, it's safe to say the first obstacle will be the hardest for many reasons. Tanner, your job is to remove those obstacles and help the Fairy Paradise advance. Don't worry, you'll be going from hardship to good times, so it'll only get easier as the closer you get. And just so we're all clear, let me repeat, the Fairy Paradise's duty is to create the sacred sword. By doing so, the British Lostbelt will lose its divergence point, and human history will be stabilized once again. Without its true emptiness, the British Lostbelt will simply fade away, like all the others. And most importantly, the sacred sword's creation will lead directly to the protection of human history. Were this Britain to mix with proper human history, the results would be a world that never had the sacred sword. That would close off the route you had to take to defeat the foreign god. And then again, the foreign god can't stop the collapse either, so you'd both be screwed there. Anyway, I think that's everything you need to know. Any questions? Wouldn't that mean... Come on, Tanner. Why so glum? It's okay, there's nothing to worry about. I'm still the child of prophecy, remember? It's the moment I've been working towards all this time. I rang all the bells so I could come here. Besides, I've known this was my duty since I rang the 4th bell in Orkney. I planned to come here alone once Knocknareve was coronated. So, don't worry about anything else, okay? Besides, Caldy needs one of those, divine construct things too, right? Then we better hurry. I'm gonna protect the Britain I grew up in, and you guys are gonna take back the world you grew up in. We need to do this to make sure both those things happen, and now it's time to get to it. That's all. This will be the end of our journey. I'm lucky my pilgrimage has been so much fun. Now come on, Tanner. Let's head to the site of selection. Besides, not every day you get to go to Avalon, so let's make the most of it. Just watch my back until it's over, okay? Okay, I guess we will. What? Winter Memories. A Berserker. What's that gonna be? Man, sure is a huge flower garden. Couldn't be more different from Britain burning to the ground. So the fact that it's called the Land of the Young must mean there's plenty of food to go around and people have all the time they could want, right? Makes sense there's no more war or animosity here. Not much reason to do anything bad if you don't gotta take anything from anyone to have what you need. That's true. When you have everything you need, there's no void for you to fill. That's another way this place is very different from the British Lostbelt, which literally had to be built by filling the sea with the bodies of dead fairies. Speaking of which, this seems like a good time to tell you what's going on above ground. The prophecy may have said that there are two calamities, a red one and a black one. Actually, though, there's no limit to the number of calamities. Remember that. New calamities will continue to appear as long as their source remains. Calamities will never go away until Sir Nunos, Kernunos, whatever, the being continually punishing the fairies for their sins, is truly vanquished. Furthermore, thanks to Morgan's hard work, fairies born in the land of the Fae can migrate to proper human history. That means calamities won't be contained to Britain. They'll spread into and then all across the bleached world, until nothing remains of proper human history. Basically be a smaller scale version of the King of Mages' incineration of humanity. So you guys need to defeat every last one of the calamities before that happens. I see. We can't let Sir Nunos' curse spread any further. We need to stop his calamities while they're still contained in Britain. Exactly. Calamity burning down Britain right now is actually the great calamity that was supposed to happen 1,000 years ago. Morgan averted that calamity by passing it on to a Fang clan fairy. Bargus, the leader of the Black Dogs. She's not the fairy you knew anymore. She's now burning all of Britain as the Black Calamity. The Calamity of the Beast. Aw, Bargy. This is all foreseeable. She was born the child of Calamity, after all. It was Morgan who sealed that fate away by gifting her a name. She said that as long as Bargus was Gawain, she would never become a mythical hound. But even that could only go so far. Bargus was already at her limit, even without you guys defeating her. Honestly, it's impressive she lasted as long as she did. That won't be easy to hear, but you need to understand, or this won't be easy to hear. Once you're back at the surface, you have to fight more than just Sir Nunos. Like I said, we can't afford to let the calamities leave Britain. Letting some fairies migrate to proper human history was a nice idea. Unfortunately, in Bargus' case, that was never an option. As for the other calamities, Sir Nunos, that one you can fight without having to feel bad or worry. His soul was shattered 14,000 years ago. Now he's just a corpse that's not quite done dying. That said, he's still a very powerful god. His flesh has grown thick enough over those millennium to rival Albion's spirit cave, and his cursed layer equivalent to 400 kilometers worth of geological stratum. You'll need the God of Wisdom's curse dispelling, all the fighting forces Kali can master, and a divine construct made especially to combat Sir Nunos. Even then, you'll only just be able to scrape by. Thinking about it, you honestly may not stand a chance. And I can't help you either, since I can't leave this place. The best I can do is show you the way. Ah, man. I was really hoping to avoid this story ending in total annihilation. What? Not even you had a plan after we came all this way? I know, right? If only we had a God Slayer's weapon lying around somewhere. Oh boy, if only we had a God Slayer. Right? But we do. We have the perfect trump card for taking on Sir Nunos. In fact, it'll be a piece of cake. Really? But where's that trump card? It's Muramasa. Say what? Come on, don't you remember? You told us you could cut any god you came across. In fact, you were bragging about how you cut a gigantic one clean in half in that Olympus place. So there's no reason you can't do the same thing here. And since you didn't do anything noteworthy in Camelot, this'll be your chance to clean your name. Hey, yeah, with Muramasa on our side, that is true. Well, sure, if you really want me to, I can try to cut him down. There, see? He can do it. Just goes to show it never hurts to ask. Because you're finally letting yourself be selfish and that's the first thing you say? I said I'd try, okay? Don't get your hopes up. Not sure much I can do against that thing. Oh? Artoria? Master, Artoria just disappeared. Is this one of those checkpoints you mentioned, Merlin? Yeah, this is the first. She's facing her own memories now. And while she's doing that, you guys will need to fight and defeat, those. Oh. Oh my god, we've got Avalon wyverns. Close, but no cigar. Now come on, get your head in the game. Those are radical, abstract embodiments of Artoria's winter memories. You'll never be able to leave those memories until you defeat them. But they shouldn't pose any major threat to you now that you come this far. Go on and give them a good thrashing. I'll fight too, of course. It's been ages since I last showed up, after all. Plus, I've been wanting to see how much stronger you and Master have grown up close and in person. So it's not actually wyverns. That would have been funny. But that's fine. Do we have to use them? Oh, we will. Sure, let's throw you in. Why not? Sure. Why not? Let's do that. Let's have fun. And then after that, in the back, we'll just throw some foreigners. Just in case. I doubt I'll need them, but it'll be good to just to have them ready to go just in case. And we'll go... Sure. And we'll go red. We got... With you, you can actually use stars. And you can be... Quick gain... Yes. Okay. Let's go... I don't know. We can level up our school uniform here. Sure, we'll go with this one. We'll just keep leveling it up. Let's go to battle. A battle in Avalon. That's crazy. Oh, frick! I didn't know we'd get a bunch of enemies. You have all of guts? Okay. Well, this shouldn't be too bad, actually. I'm gonna go with this on you. I'm gonna do this on you. I'm gonna do this on you. I'm gonna do this on you. I'm going to do this. And I'm gonna go... let's go with the strongest. We'll just go 1, 2, 3. Alright. Hopefully this should be enough to kill them all in one go and then do it again, but we'll see. Probably not, actually. 200,000, it's not going to be enough. But it... Oh, yeah, definitely not. That's fine. Lie. Persecution. Abuse. What the... Oh no, she got hit with that discrimination tech. You hate to see it. You're gonna be hurting. Oh right, you still have your Tamlin buff. Does this do debuff immune? Nah, it won't really help. This does decrease charge. I could buff you, but I kind of just want to do another full combo with Murmasa. Yeah, let's just go 1, 2, 3. Alright, do another one here. Did he get overcharged? When did he get overcharged? I didn't even notice that. Oh no, that's NP strength up, okay. Is that gonna kill the guy in the back at least? Nope. Wow. Weird. It, like, is healing other people. Why? That's weird. That hurts. Stop. Okay. Hello, Go. With how many we have, we should be able to pretty effectively do a thing, right? I think so. Let's go with 1. So that gives you all that. Let's go with... Wait. We can at least absorb that. Oh, you guys can't be cursed. Of course you can. That's fine. We've taken that. And so let's go... Let's go 1, 2, 3. If we could, like, stun them or something, that'd be pretty cool. Let's attack you. Thankfully, we should avoid these attacks. Okay. Oh, but the HP loss still hits. Okay, no, they are absolutely still attacking. Well, he's terror striking. On all of them? Nope, not all of them, but close. Okay. I'm going to do this. And let's go... God, I wish I had more meter with you. Debuff immune, that's not going to help. Crit strength up, we could crit strength up you. Because you do have at least one super strong hit here. Okay, you're stunned. You will be stunned. I just kind of want to get meter with him, you know? So let's go... You know what? Let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. I don't know if he'll survive this round. It's actually a tough little battle. I might have to think about a different strategy. Ooh, nice. That's one down at least. Okay, let's see here. She at least won't die via the thing. Good. Okay. Okay, so let's go. So that'll get you two at least to that. If I at least kill you, which we can do, right? We'll get you. We'll do this. We'll do this. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Where are we at with them? Okay, they all hit it. So that's good. We can do... You die. You're dead. One of them is stunned. You're done. Bye, dude. We just need to do like one hit with each and we're good now. Like we can just 1, 2, 3 and we're good. Bye. 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 Their attacks were weird. Those were weird attacks. Healing others, but causing debuffs and stuff. Very strange. Not what I would call normal. Which is fine. I like weird fights. Why do I feel so disgusted after fighting them? Yeah, right? That's not actually all that surprising. Those were Castor's most painful memories, given physical form. We have no way of knowing what they are, but by defeating them, we felt some of the same feelings they inspire in her. Huh? Where'd you all go? You all just disappeared on me out of nowhere. I was really worried. Hey, you disappeared. We were fighting off weird Moors and... Now, Muramasa. All in good time. She has... Abulsions. Abulsions? What is that word? What is abulsion?
Ablution.
Ablution. The act of washing oneself, often used for humorously formal effect. The women perform their ablutions. Okay. She has ablutions she needs to perform to enter the site of selection, and we have obstacles to remove. We only have 3 more of these to go. Let's take them one at a time. Whatever you have to say can wait until after we've reached the site of selection. So I don't have any fighting to do this time? Sounds good to me. Come on, let's keep going. You know where it sort of just feels like something's slightly off? Something is slightly not right. Right? No battles, huh? Really? Well, let's do this, I guess. There's no battle. Right, we've been seeing this. Whenever I close my eyes, this is where I'd be. Didn't matter if I was awake or asleep. I'd still be shivering from the frigid wind. Howling, howling. Wind strong enough to shatter your ears. With nothing to protect me, my body feels cold as ice. Surrounded by pitch darkness, with nothing for warmth and no hope of escape. That's how I grew up. For me, Britain was pure hell. The prophecy was true. She will be our salvation. She will be our absolution. She is the savior who washed up on our shore along with the name Artoria. May you grow healthy and strong to the age of 16. May the Queen's soldiers never find you. Now go on. Hurry, 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 hurry. Hurry and greet your 16th birthday. We have complete faith in you, which is why you must give everything you have for us. A small newborn fairy washed ashore in a boat loaded with all kinds of treasure. One incredible stroke of luck, this girl must be the child of prophecy.
What a horrible omen. If the High Queen finds out about her, we'll all be done for.
The village fairies' opinions were split right down the middle, but they all agreed on what should be done. At least the child of prophecy should be useful. We'll raise her ourselves until she turns 16. But she's the fairy paradise, right? I don't like her. I'm sure she's gonna mock us. She doesn't deserve a proper house. What do humans do with creatures like that again? I know, they raise them as livestock. We can make her a lovely little stable. Other villages will never find out about it if we say we're raising a horse. Oh my god. And keep the child of prophecy all for ourselves. I hate fairies.
I'm becoming racist.
The fairies of Tintagel treated me as a precious resource. I had almost no magical energy, which made them all worry about me. It's been 4 years since she got here, and she still has barely any magical energy. Poor thing, she may as well be a human. I can't believe she still can't do anything impressive. I'm worried, will she be able to survive like this? I know, we need to train her. We need to be harder on her, methodical with her. We can't even give her time to sleep. Forgive us, Castor, this is all for your own good. The way you are now, you can't even dream of being the child of prophecy. We don't have any time for dreams. We really need to have her grow at least a little. Barely tell her apart from a human. No one believes she's a child of prophecy like this, not even when she turns 16. Who cares if she can defeat the queen or not? All that matters is that she's valuable. That's her eyes. That's her fey eyes. Doesn't matter whether she's the real child of prophecy or not. She has to look the part so we can get rich. Why else would we bother taking the fairy of paradise? We just have to make sure she doesn't die. We don't have to worry about her running away. She's much too weak to do that. But the village fairies didn't know that my fey eyes still worked. However much I wished I couldn't, I always saw the true feelings they kept to themselves. Deep down, they all feared and loathed me. The fairies that feared me believed in the child of prophecy with all their hearts and worked me like a slave. The fairies that loathed me hated the fairy of paradise and abused me without a second thought. Aside from all that, all anyone felt for me was indifference. I was considered a precious resource, but treated like I wasn't even there. I couldn't blame them for that. I more or less knew what my duty was. I was to bring salvation to the fairies of Britain, to free them from their suffering, and to save them in the true sense of the word. Even as a child, I understood that fulfilling my duty would mean the end of Britain as it existed now. I could deal with the slave driving, the abuse, the disinterest, because I knew the reasons behind them. But the sound was too much to bear. Asleep or awake, there was never a time I didn't hear it. Howls of deceit, howls of self-interest, howls of selfishness, howls of envy, the sounds I could never shut out. The sound of the fairies' true feelings. It was enough to make me lose track of where I was and where I was meant to go. Oh, she's not ditzy. She's not ditzy. She's not airheaded. Like, she's not easily distracted. She literally is overwhelmed with hearing everyone's true thoughts. I hear bells ringing. They tell me to go on a pilgrimage and to save the fairies. Honestly, this sound depresses me too. I know it's supposed to be an honorable mission, but how in the world am I supposed to save fairies like that? Yeah, die. That's why I'm out in this nearby field again, hard to work on my training. Today's another day of close quarters combat practice with the Staff of Selection, which arrived with me on my boat as a weapon. I can't use anything like Fey Domain, so the only thing I can do with staff is bop people. Yeah, yeah. Rah! Ha. It was an early afternoon in my 6th year. I just collapsed from exhaustion. My melee combat training was the only time I had to myself once the villager keeping an eye on me left, figuring I was so weak I wouldn't be able to escape anyway. Huh? Then, just as my voice was trailing off... that was nasty. The fairies at your place are pretty horrible, you know that? Did you just talk, Staff? No, I'm not the Staff of Selection. I'm just a nosy old busybody. Oh, this is Merlin. And I just couldn't take how awful Tintagel is anymore, how sickening it is to see you doing everything they tell you. I just had to say something. I swear, I wasn't planning on getting involved, but now I don't think I have a choice. Listen up, I'm Merlin. Merlin, the Mage of Flowers. I'm gonna be your teacher from now on. Don't forget it. That was how I met Merlin, or at least his voice coming from the Staff of Selection. That was how I began studying to be a mage. Magecraft? I know about that one. Queen Morgan uses that. But what exactly is it? What exactly are you going to teach me? What do you mean? Magecraft, of course. Merlin Magecraft. Trust me, it's really something. Oh, let me fly like a bird, like... Zoom, whoosh, pachoo! Flying. You'd like to fly, huh? Well, that's a pretty tall order for your first spell. You don't know how to fly? What are you, some kind of quack? Oh no, I can fly easily. I'm the amazing Merlin. But let's hold off on that for now. Not even the Wind Clan can fly, after all. The sky is the dragon's domain. Only precious few upper-class fairies can go there. Interesting. So for your first spell, let's start with something closer to home. Something that'll make your life easier. Tell me, is there anything you could use right now that would make you happy? Well, I guess I'd like it if nighttime was warmer. My house gets really, really cold. It even freezes over in the winter. I actually lost 2 toes last year because of that. Oh my god! Oh! So, okay. I heard of people talking about her having 4 toes, and I had no idea what they're going on. I thought it was like a fairy thing. It's like, who do fairies only have 4 toes? No! Oh my god, she lost them. That's horrible. I haven't told anyone else, though. It's too embarrassing. Got it. I'll start studying, start getting a lesson for you right away. Ready for you right away. Okay, well, this got me curious. Summer Castoria. I'm gonna count the toes on her feet. Let's see here. I'm gonna zoom in. Oh my god, are you serious? No frickin' way. Wait. Wait, no. Wait. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 5. She has 5 toes. Never mind. Cowards. Cowards. Just give me 2 days to find some teaching materials. Okay. Merlin taught me all sorts of spells. Heating, detection, healing, linguistics, camouflage, lockpicking, stealth attacks, explosives, obstacles. Every time I expressed interest in learning a new spell, he'd say, "Sorry, I can't today. You'll just have to wait until the next lesson." And then we make Magecraft items together. Those lessons form the foundation of my Merlin Magecraft. Looking back on it, he must have had to change the spells a lot just so I could use them with my tiny pool of magical energy. Say, why are you teaching me all this when every British fairy hates me? Well, because I'm not a British fairy. Sorry, just kidding. The fact is, you are the fairy of paradise, no matter what the other fairies of your village think. Eventually, most fairies will come to follow you. When they do, you'll need to be the ideal... No. The kind of savior that everyone dreams of. Fantastical savior. Fantastical? That's right. You'll need to be characters straight out of a children's story. Everyone has different fantasies. Some want a strong king, some a kind king, some a scary king, and so on. Your job is to be able to be all of those things. You need to inspire hopes and dreams, or rather, bring them all together. I guess you're right. Everything wants something different, so name a single thing, so a single name would only get in the way. Okay, so, because he's not saying just like not even people, but things want stuff. That's why you need to be a nameless king, someone who stands at the edge of the world rather than at its center, and serves as a beacon for hope for others just by virtue of existing, glowing starlight shining with possibilities. That's the kind of king I'd like you to become. The kind that can inspire people from atop castle walls. Oh, like her noble phantasm in her final form. No matter the time or place. Can I really be all that? Sure you can. Might be impossible in reality, but I think it's possible in fantasy. And people have always had a way of making fantasy become reality. That's why futures we thought we could only dream of eventually stop being dreams. Part of me is actually wondering if that is Merlin. I don't know. We don't have proof that that's actually him in the staff, but we'll see. Merlin was very talkative and a lot of fun to be around. But that only lasted for a year. A fairy girl saw me laughing in the field and reported me to the village elder, who responded by taking away the staff of selection until I turned 16 and set out on my journey. Oh, interesting. From then on, every day was more painful than the last. That's the end of my winter memories. Boy, there's a lot of suffering in this part. Just in general. So much suffering. So much suffering. Anyways, I'm gonna call it here. We're on the way towards Avalon, right? We got stuff to do. We'll be heading there. Next time, we're gonna move on. And we're gonna do it. So we will see you then for some more. Ciao.